We'll take some breaks.
I'll just wet my pants.
You'll just wet them?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Here there is in drums and all of it.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
What is it that you really like to cook? Each.
Anyone can cook.
He's the one behind these recipes.
We get to really be part of people's lives.
20 minutes for 2 medium-rare steaks? This is bullshit!
Yes, chef.
I need to hear you.
Yes, chef.
It's your call.
Lady.
Look at me. Wake up.
That's
No
how we do.
stopping.
Yeah, you know, it's your bartending. You've got coverage up here, and so you can just wet your pants.
Yeah, you could. I mean, essentially, like, if you're not leaving behind the bar, you could get one of those. They have all kinds of little
And you
systems
just
for.
pretend to spill a drink on yourself. And, oops.
Have you seen? I don't know if you're on Bartender Talk at all. You're probably on Photography Talk.
Yeah, I'm
but
out of the bartending world.
There's like a trend going on about like, why do all bartenders shake above their head? And it's because like the cutoff is right here at their waist, and if they're shaking down here, it just looks like they're jacking off.
Good reason to shake above your head.
It is a great reason. Welcome back to another round of Dry Storage Confessionals, where we serve up the stories behind the bar and beyond. Today's guest is someone who's poured plenty of drinks and maybe seen a few spirits of the other kind too. I'm joined by Matthan Brown. To clarify, this is a separate Matthan, 2 T's. Just so happens to be from Opelika as well. It's so
the
crazy.
only other Matthan.
The only other Matthan.
We're the only Mathans that matter.
That's so true. Absolutely. Longtime bartender, haunted hotel survivor. We'll get into that. And now a photographer with an eye for the eerie. He spent
I
years.
didn't think about that.
Yeah, you definitely do. He spent years chasing light through abandoned buildings and finding beauty in the forgotten, because that's all you see. You just see it as beauty, but
I do.
definitely some eeriness there. And since it's spooky season, we're definitely diving into a few ghost stories from both sides of the bar.
Woo.
All right. Let's start at the bar. How did you get into bartending originally?
So I was in Atlanta. I was working as a host at Ladybird Grove in Mess Hall, and then found out I had a baby on the way. And so I walked into the manager's meeting and I said, I will do anything. I need money. And the bar manager was like, come be my bar back. I'll teach you. And so then I learned from there.
I love that. I feel like restaurants is one of the only professional industries that you can be like, I need money and I need it now. And you can walk away that day with something in your pocket.
That's all they want is like, you're willing to do whatever? Come on down. Because I was like, throw me in the dish pit, anything. Like, I don't care. I just need more hours. And,
how did you end up in Atlanta? Because you are like from here.
I am. I moved up there. I was doing graphic design for a t-shirt company.
Oh.
I did that here for a little bit and then moved up there.
Okay.
Got a job doing that. So, and then moved into the restaurant industry.
Yeah.
After that.
Hell yeah. 7 years behind the bars, no joke. You told me about that. 7 years, long time. What do you think kept you there that long? Do you think it was a child?
It suited me because I was partying a lot. And so it's like professional partying is what it felt like. I was just like the ringleader, you know, like you're at my bar, we're going to have a good time.
Hell yeah. That is a good quality to have as a bartender for sure.
Yeah.
Do you think that the industry like creates it or attracts it?
Creates the party?
Yeah.
I mean, what else is there to do?
That's
you just
true.
drink and...
Well, in Atlanta, there should be lots to do.
There was lots to do in Atlanta. There's also lots of traffic in Atlanta, and it eventually is just like, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to take an hour to get 10 minutes
Atlanta,
down the road.
but it's good to come in and get out.
Yeah,
I can only take it for so long, and then enough is enough. Every bartender has a "this night broke me" story. Do you have one?
I do. My last night bartending, it literally broke me. I was like, never again. I guess I can tell this story. There's some language. We can do language though, right? Okay. So I was managing the bar at the Redmont Hotel, the rooftop bar. And we had this wedding party come in, and there's like 30 people. I didn't realize, but one of my newer bartenders had served them 3 rounds of shots within an hour. And they were already drinking when they got there. And so they come up to order a 4th round of like lemon drop shots. And I had to like step in and be like, hey, you guys are way overserved. Sorry, like we can't do this. We can't do another one for at least, 45
you got a
minutes
long
or
night
something.
ahead.
Like, yeah. And this big frat bro dude looks at me and looks at his buddy and he goes, look
I'm
at this
scared.
fucking faggot. How many dicks have you sucked tonight?
Oh my
5,
God.
6? And I was just like, and I look over and there's one of the managers of the hotel and they're just standing there. They heard everything. They're not doing anything. And I looked back at him and I was like, how about I get your whole fucking party kicked out of here right now? And then one of the other bartenders like grabbed me and was like pulling me back. And I was just like, nah, I'm out of here. I'm done with this.
Oh, he grabbed you.
Yeah, he's like trying to keep me back. And I was like, no, get your hands off me. I'm out of here. I don't ever want to work here again. I don't have
Absolutely
to put
not.
up with this. Yeah, so.
I mean, I don't blame you. Zach had a similar story, episode 2 or 3. Same F word, derogatory. And just we spoke about, like, you got to have the support from the restaurant or, the hotel bar, whatever it be. Like, nah.
And I had, like, a manager of the hotel. Like, I'm managing the bar, but then it's a hotel, so they've got higher managers than me. And one of them was standing there, and I looked back at him like,
nothing? Support here?
Nothing? All right. Well. Yeah. So.
And then to like grab you up instead of escort the clearly inebriated guest away from you is crazy.
Let's get security up here.
But on the bartender, not the guy who said that's crazy.
So that was my last night bartending, yeah.
And it was a walkout.
I walked out.
I don't blame you.
I walked out, and then it was cool though because I like spoke with the managers a couple days later. Came into the meeting and I'm like, I know y'all are about to fire me. That's fine. I'm leaving. And here's why. Like, had no support. Y'all just expect us to put up with this. Which was totally different from like the bars I worked at in Atlanta. This was in Birmingham, super swanky hotel. We just had to like anything the customer wants,
Just eat it.
But like in Atlanta, I worked at Victory Sandwich Bar, which their motto is we make it, you take it. Or Victory Sandwich Bar, ZFG, 0 fucks given.
I kind of love that.
Yeah. And so when I managed there, I would be like, no, we're not going to do that for you. And I remember one time I had this lady that was like, no, they've done it for me before. And I was like, I promise you they haven't. And she said, I want to speak to your manager. And I spun around and went, here I am.
God, that's so iconic.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like their marketing.
Yeah.
So that's just really funny.
Yeah,
smart.
Like you're not going to get good service. That's not what you came here for. So they called it the hipster Hooters.
Damn, I've never heard of that. Is it still around?
Oh, yeah.
Heard.
There's
I'm
2
going to have
locations.
to go.
Really good sandwiches. And Jack and Coke slushies.
Oh.
They were the 2nd largest distributor of Jack Daniels in Atlanta behind the airport.
When Matthan and I went to South Beach, I've never seen it, but they were having like Hennessy and Coke slushies.
Interesting.
Yeah. That was a sight for
sweet.
sore eyes for sure. If you could go back behind the bar, one shift with your old crew, what song would have to be on the playlist?
I really liked, what is that? Walking on the Sun. There was a Wiz Khalifa Empire of the Sun mashup.
Walking on a Dream.
Walking on
Empire
a Dream.
of the Sun. And
That one
Wiz.
always got us going.
Hell yeah. That's a
the bar.
great vibe. I love that. That definitely would sum it up. It
Gotta
puts
have-
it into.
Gotta have the Wiz Khalifa mashup though.
Got to. It's got to be that version
Yeah.
and that version only. So was that last night at the Redmont your last night in the industry ever?
Yep. It sure was.
And a bow.
Yeah. I do.
Deep bow. That's hilarious. So after all those years slinging drinks and hanging around the pub, you switched gears, cameras instead of cocktail shakers. What pulled you towards photography?
Well, I had always loved photography, got into it in high school. And then I had kind of gone through a creative lull where I wasn't really shooting much in my 20s. And then got out of that environment, which was pretty toxic to me because I was drinking way too much all the time. So when I slowed down on the drinking a little bit, was able to be like, oh yeah, I have creative energy that I can use
that are now
for
flourishing again.
Yeah. So
and maybe I guess focusing on like the graphic design kind of thing first.
Yeah, it always
So-
had like the creative bone in
Definitely.
me or whatever. I
Yeah.
guess.
You can always see it in those people from like day one. With Sloan, I'm like super interested to see how he's gonna be because he's all about some music.
I saw him choosing Nas the other day. That's
Oh, did that
awesome.
pop up on your
Yeah.
timeline? That was so funny. Like
So cute.
he
Raise
just
them right.
he raising them right. He just is used to seeing that picture up there, and yeah,
Nice.
gotta love it.
Nice. I love it. Illmatic.
There's something poetic about capturing beauty in broken spaces. Do you think your time behind the bar, seeing the chaos and aftermath, influenced that at all in like what you like to photograph now, or no correlation?
I think I like photographing the abandoned stuff because it's such a challenge. It's hard to just see all this chaos and be like, oh, there's the shot. Because I'll go with people sometimes and they're like, how do you know what to shoot?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. Like I move around and then I'd see something. I use my ADHD as a superpower when I'm shooting, and I'm like, ooh,
Pinging around.
ooh, over there. Ooh, that looks cool. Ooh.
Yeah, and
so-
just kind of picking away at like the outer layers and like finding it. I don't know. I guess it is kind of similar though. I guess that's what I was saying is like
yeah, there's chaos.
it can be very broken, but also so many beautiful things within all of that too. So
Yeah.
even though you've left the drinking world, the partying world, there was definitely, I'm sure, some times that you still hold on to.
Oh yeah, had a ton of
Yeah.
fun. I mean, it was great. I wouldn't trade it.
Yeah.
Met a lot of awesome people. Met some like famous people. I got to Bun B, half of UGK,
Mm-hmm.
came and sat at my bar, and I got to make him my special lemon drop recipe.
That's
And
awesome.
and I was like fangirling so hard because I was just like, that's Bun B. Bun B is at my bar right now. So I made him my lemon drop martini with a little, you have to put a splash of Sprite in there. That was part of the secret. And gave it to him, and he took a sip and he went, that's on point. And I was like, I have Bun B's approval. All is well.
I can clock out easy
Yeah,
now.
Yeah. That was fun.
Have you ever been inside a building where you felt something?
Oh yeah. Lots. It's weird. You get this kind of like sixth sense thing going on, where I've just gotten like a gut instinct of just like, it's time to go. We need to leave right now. I'm not done shooting. I'm just like, something's not right here. One time I did that, and I was like booking it to the car. I was in this house, this old plantation house, and get that feeling of like something bad's about to happen. We need to go. And so I listened to it, booked it to the car, and right as I walked up to the car, this truck pulls in and blocks my car in.
I
And
think
he
I
was-
read. Didn't you write something up about that?
I may have,
I think
yeah.
I read that story.
But he was like, hey, y'all can't be up here. Y'all got permission to do this? And we were like, no, just taking some pictures, whatever. And he was super cool. He was like, okay, I see you got your camera. We've had people coming out here partying and tearing stuff
Right.
up. So you're good. But I was about to call the cops. So if I hadn't booked it to the car, I would have had the cops to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
It's not supernatural necessarily, but it was a God thing where it's like,
You're gonna get
don't want
out
this.
one way or the other.
Yeah, yeah.
you're not gonna be here. So you don't lean into it. You're like going the other way.
yeah, I don't play with that stuff anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see, in the hospital in Milledgeville, an abandoned hospital, we kept hearing things just like fall down the hallway, or like, ba-dum, boom. Like, what was that? But
It's so weird. What do you think that is? Like,
I don't know. I've talked to Joshua Darren, who owns the coffee shop, about this. He's all into the paranormal. Go follow his page.
yes.
But he's told me some interesting stories where he thinks it's possible that it's like a time dilation thing.
Okay.
He was telling me about this woman who lived in her family's house and saw this woman and like two girls walk down the stairs, and they like just stared at each other, and she screamed. And she got some paranormal investigators out there to check it out, and then they couldn't find anything, but she told her sister about it, and her sister was like, do you not remember the time me, you, and Mom were walking downstairs and we saw a woman in our living room and we screamed?
What?
And she was like, I had forgotten about that.
So it's like themselves?
Yeah, it was like them seeing themselves.
What?
So that's like a theory, I guess.
Huh.
Of like,
That is
it's
interesting.
we leave like an energy imprint, and then it can be picked up or something.
And just like replayed.
Something.
That's so crazy. Because, yeah, it's like, are they bumping into the bookshelf like, oh, shit, didn't mean to do that, you know? Or like, how is that correlating with what we're hearing and seeing and stuff like that? It's so interesting.
It's a mystery.
So the energy will shift. Do you feel like the cold temperature, like the chills or anything that people talk about? Or
I've never experienced that of like feeling like a wind pass through me or something, but definitely heard people talk about that.
You just feel like bad vibes, like negative.
Yeah, I just get like this, something's not right here. And I just listen to it.
How do you decipher like just anxiety versus like, oh, that's a ghost?
Well, I've always got anxiety. Like, it is a different feeling because like I'm always nervous going into these places, but I kind of like thrive on that. I'm a fear junkie, and so I'm just
that
like, let's do
adrenaline.
it.
Yeah.
But there's definitely been times where I'm like, something's not right here. One of those times we were gonna go to this abandoned prison farm in Atlanta, and I got a really bad feeling the night before, and so I started digging and found on Reddit where cops had put up like trail cams basically, and were prosecuting or whatever people that were going there. And so I was like up at 3 a.m. the night before, and I'm just like, nope, we're not going there.
Not happening. Well, that's cool that you like, as best as your abilities to, like doing the research and asking permission and stuff like that when you can.
Yeah.
I went through a little phase. I love it too. I really think it's cool. Like before they tore down the funeral home over there, I went in there a couple times. What was it called?
Is that the
If anyone wants to look it up.
Jefferson? No. There's another one that's still up over there. I just explored that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I saw that. That's where you posted the pictures of the coffin and stuff. This one still had like a hearse in the garage and like.
That one's still up.
No.
There's still a hearse in the garage over there.
No, this one was that away.
Okay. Well, there were multiple, and there's still a hearse in the garage at this one that's still up. But you're right.
This might have been Ward's.
Yeah.
Ward's funeral home.
Yeah,
I think
over by
that's
the
what
library.
it was. Yup.
Yeah.
And that shit was crazy. It was a beautiful property though. Like beautiful, beautiful home.
I walked around the outside of it when I was like a teenager. Because I realized I've always been into the abandoned.
Yeah. I am too. It's strange. I never experienced anything in there. My friend back in school, her dad worked for the university, and like the department that he was in, they have some land out in it was like Camp Hill area off 280.
Yeah.
And there was like old shotgun houses out there from, I think it might have been just from the crop shares or whoever the hell, workers that used to tend to it, and like an old plantation home and with a basement and stuff. And we used to always go out there, and I don't know. I feel like we would pretend that like we would experience stuff.
Of
be
course.
Like, oh, but again, I don't know. I've never really experienced something where I'm like, I know that was a damn ghost.
Yeah. Have you ever played with a Ouija board?
I have not.
That's good. You shouldn't.
I don't. How do you know the other person wasn't just pushing it around?
When I did it, they definitely weren't. We were both just staring at each other like, are you doing this? What's going on with this? What's happening? We did it at my grandmother's house, and I asked if there was, someone with us. It's like, yes. And I'm like, okay, my grandfather died here. And so I'm like, were you in the military? And it's like, yes. Like, my grandfather was in the military. And I said, what is your name? And it went G-E-O. His name was George.
You're lying.
And I noped out of it. That's the
And you
last time
took
I
your
ever
hands
touched
up
it. I was
off
like, I
there?
never want to touch a Ouija board again.
Whose board was it? One that you got at like Spencer's, or
A friend had loaned it to me.
it was
Don't-
an
don't
old
play
one of
with
the
Ouija
for real
boards.
old ones? You think?
Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, it was weird, but that's just inviting demons into your.
Yeah, to like
world.
control your hands and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess essentially is what
Don't play with Ouija
it's
boards.
doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. My grandparents live in Eclectic, and they have like a piece of land that's been in our family for forever. But long ways back, there's a cabin part that's in the back. We have like a back log cabin room that's now just a part of the house, but originally that was like the cabin. And there's this closet that my mom has. She's always been one that's like, I can sense stuff, and she's really like heightened, I feel like.
Yeah.
But she still to this day like will not go in that closet unless she has to. But there's some story with them. I think someone was shot within the family, like an inner family shooting type deal.
Oh.
So I know, super
Nice.
weird. You can come out there one day.
Yeah, I'll come check it out. The one of the craziest ghost stories I've ever heard. I actually recently just got to see the family again, the whole family, and confirm this. But when I was in like middle school, one of the daughters of this family told me that they had like a poltergeist in this in their grandmother's house, and their grandmother had a roll of film. She was going around taking pictures of all the Christmas decorations in the house. And one of them was just a picture of the TV with the mantle with all the Christmas decorations on it and stuff. When they get the pictures back, this one picture, there's no Christmas decorations in it. The TV is blue, and it says, "You stand there, but you know not what you see."
No way. There's no way. That is crazy.
And I like, she told me this in middle school, and I had always remembered that because it was like, gave me chills. And I recently did a family shoot with them, and I was like, hey, you told me this story
Like,
in
I didn't
middle
make
school.
that up.
Right.
You
No, they're
didn't-
all standing there, and they were just like, we have the photo.
I need that. I
Right?
need to see that
I was like,
photo.
y'all got to send me that. I need to reach out to them and get that picture. Crazy, though.
That's probably the craziest one I've ever directly been told.
Yeah.
Do you have like a haunted photo that you've taken that have
I've had
any,
lots
like,
of people
weird...
like comment on stuff and be like, it looks like there's a woman in the window up there
People
and stuff like
love
that.
to dissect that.
Yeah.
I see an orb here. And...
Yeah.
But also as a photographer on your end, like you can probably kind of pick away at some of those with like, well, there's light refraction.
Yeah, I go
this, that,
like
and
slide
third,
the
and-
exposure up, and I'm like, nah, that's a coat.
Have you ever been in the tunnels down here?
I have heard about these tunnels. I want to be in these tunnels. How do I get into these tunnels?
Again, supposedly there are game cameras like where the entrances and exits are.
I'll wear a
So
mask.
be
Halloween
aware.
mask. Yeah.
Halloween mask. It's so fitting for the season.
Yeah.
But yes, and if you go when it's been raining, they do flood.
Oh, that would be a way to
Supposedly.
go.
So yeah, let's plan accordingly to that. But yeah, apparently it's like somewhere in the around the area of like the depot, and then they come out like down by that standalone. I could point like the standalone building. I forget what it's called.
There was
but
like a speakeasy down there, though.
yeah,
Yeah. I got to get down there.
yeah, and then also right here, underneath the hair salon and stuff, like, and where the apartment's entrance, where our basement and like our like the grease traps and stuff for all the restaurants are, there's like a whole like back rooms type vibe under there. It's so weird. It's like abandoned meeting rooms and shit with like carpets, and
I have to get down there.
that's open all the time. You can go down there anytime because the boys have to go down there to do the grease traps and stuff. But
How do I get into the tunnels, though?
dude, you got Operation Tunnels.
Operation
Is the next
Tunnels.
move. Absolutely.
Let's
But
go.
that came from like a pretty reliable source about the tunnels and the game cams though. So
Interesting. That is very interesting. This is
now
on
the
my list.
burning topic, I think though, the haunted hotel. I'm trying to hear
Haunted
I'm
hotel.
trying to hear some more about the haunted hotel stories.
So they say Hank Williams spent his last night on Earth at the Redmont Hotel in Birmingham. He died in the back of a Cadillac on his way to the next show. And people would report hearing country music coming from the 3rd floor at strange hours. So that was one. But there was also, the place was a brothel in like the 1930s or 40s. And so people would report seeing like a woman that I guess had been murdered. But there was one of the biggest reports we would hear over and over again is a woman and her dog. There was a woman and her dog.
The dog is so specific. That's interesting.
Yeah. But while I was there, we had a guest report he was pissed because he thought like maintenance had done it or something. The sheets just got yanked off him while he was laying in bed.
Yeah, and he's pissed at like the cleaning lady.
Yeah,
like,
he's like, "Did y'all let somebody into my room?"
Yeah.
We're like, "Oh, ain't nobody in there."
Wow.
Yeah.
And he's like, "That's bullshit. Y'all are blaming it on this ghost."
Who's in there?
Dang.
Yeah.
What do you think like made that specific location haunted? Just like the oldness of it?
Yeah, I mean,
or?
it'd been there for forever. There were like shootouts, like, you know, old school gangster shootouts. Like a lot of bootlegging and stuff had gone on. So
Yeah, bootlegging.
Bootlegging.
Did you personally ever have any like direct things in the hotel happen to you?
So we had someone who got involved with some chaos magic stuff.
Like voodoo?
And well, chaos magic is kind of like you take from all different kinds of religion and magic and cultures and you just squash it all together and
see what they
make
do.
your own thing. And so he had a knife that he had found under mysterious circumstances. A knife that he found under mysterious circumstances, which is part of the requirement for getting your ritual knife or your athema, as they call it. There was like a bar brawl in 5 Points, and these two guys were fighting, and the knife just slid out of one of their pockets. And so he just stepped up and grabbed the knife.
So he's like, it arrived to me. This is the one.
Yeah. He didn't want either one of them to kill themselves or each other.
That too.
So grabbed the knife and had done like some like blood rituals with it to charge it. And then he lost the knife at the hotel. And so the next day we come in and we see these weird cut marks in the ground right outside of one of the doors. And we're like, what happened here? And then halfway through the shift, my manager walks up to me and was like, I found this blade in the corner over there. And I'm like, I think that's
I'm
the knife.
scared.
I think that's the knife.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so they say like you charge the knives up, and then you have to be really careful with them because they can act on their own accord. And that's what had happened that night. So.
And it was just stabbing the ground.
It was like someone had just, and there was like all these.
And grass
the
or
knife
concrete
was all
or
screwed up.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And we like held it up to the cuts, and we're like, yeah, this thing just like boom, boom. Boom.
That's so trippy. What charges them?
What charges the knife?
Yeah.
Blood.
Oh.
Yeah. Because dark spiritual forces, demons, only work by taking life, taking things from you.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like
feeding
angels, like God wants to give life, wants to help, wants you to take the information that they give you and help other people with it. Demons want to take and harm, and so you have to do like blood rituals and stuff.
Oh gosh.
Follow Jesus.
Yeah, that's
not
the
Satan.
message here.
Yeah.
Jeez. So like as workers at the time and stuff, were y'all trying to hide these mysterious occurrences when guests were asking? Or
We
were
weren't
y'all
supposed to be like advertising it.
Yeah.
the hotel had no cameras. It was where all the like famous people would come stay because they didn't want to, get drunk and have camera footage of them
Privacy,
acting stupid.
yeah.
So there were no cameras, so people would come and act a fool. But yeah, we weren't supposed to like really advertise these things. People would ask all the time because everybody knew it was haunted, and I would tell them stories. But no, we weren't supposed to scare the guests off. So
Yeah. So we kind of mentioned it already, but like, you think the places are essentially holding energy, I guess, like from just having so much emotion all the time? Like,
I think that's definitely possible. I mean, it gets to a point, you have so many stories and so many experiences, but you're like, something's going on. I don't know how to explain it, but clearly something's happening here. So yeah, it could be like a weird time dilation thing where energy from the past is manifesting, or it could be, I don't know, a ghost trapped in there.
yeah, or I guess that's the other thing is like the whole purgatory.
Yeah.
Like stuck here, not in hell, not in heaven.
They're lost.
Lost.
Lost souls.
Yeah. Do you have to like, I thought you just get sent there. Like, I don't know. You're just like, boom. You got to find your way.
Yeah.
There's like a road. Or
Is there a
like,
map?
Yeah. Like,
The Bible.
yeah. That consciously you're like learning it already. So, the pub has some stories too.
Oh,
like
yeah?
specifically here. Yeah, it's historically, supposedly, upstairs was this isn't supposedly, upstairs was the physician's office. Downstairs was, and like, the up in there, it goes into a few separate rooms, and there's actually like a little apartment back in there. So it kind of adds up if like the doctor lived here or whatever. There's a photo of him in that hallway.
Really?
Downstairs was the drugstore. And then that other basement area that I was telling you about, this is a supposedly part, was like a morgue.
Ooh.
So that is where the activity is linked to as far as here goes. But everyone talks about seeing this top hat guy in the pub, the shadowy figure. I don't know. I've got some stuff jotted down that I was looking at earlier. So I'm going to flip through and I guess read a couple of those.
Yeah.
But so Courtney was just telling me about a few months ago, the pepper shakers. Everyone came in. It had just so happened to be a couple of the same staff that had closed like the night before and made sure that, everything was closed like normal. And then the next day they come in and all the pepper shakers were missing from every single table. But they were left in moved around in random other places downstairs in like odd groupings and odd placements and stuff. So
weird.
They had to go through and find all of it. And then Lydia was talking about the ice scoop flew off the top of our ice machine and just slung out onto the floor. Things like that, falling and flying randomly all the time. And there was a mirror upstairs in the bathroom that cracked. And that's not ever good. Cracked mirrors are like always a bad thing.
That's pretty bad.
I know, but I've never had any negative. I've had to work a ton in our attic, organizing and stuff in my head, and kind of audibly a couple of times just been like, I'm cool. I'm just up here taking care. I'm tending to this.
Sorry, I'm in your space.
Shit, I mean, if there's something here and they want me gone, they could have easily pushed me off, down, and I would have been done for.
Go down those stairs. You're not coming back.
The attic stairs, especially. Yeah. I mean, it's a straight down. So I don't know. There's been ways, or I could have gotten trapped up there or something. Yeah. People also talk about leaving the pub late at night, seeing a hunched back, low hat figure down at the depot.
Ooh.
Kind of like a old figure that missed their train like centuries ago kind of thing. Like,
whoa, that's sketch.
Always super late at night. And then the tunnels, the guy at the coffee shop down there, he's talked about seeing like a Civil War soldier, like security cameras in there.
Really?
Of something flying or something like that. So go check him out, like you said, for sure.
Joshua Darren.
He features all kinds of local stuff, ghost stories.
I just remembered when Adelaide was probably one, we were at a wedding downtown, and we had his diaper bag with us because we had already, like, you know, gave him a bottle, changed a diaper, and we couldn't find the diaper bag. And I'm thinking, you know, somebody's been drinking too much. She just put it down somewhere, whatever. We looked all over the place and could not find this diaper bag. It's gone, right? We gave up, and we're driving back to my parents' house where we're staying. And we get there, and we walk onto the back porch, and the diaper bag is sitting on this bench with all of the bottles lined up from tallest to smallest next to it.
What?
And I was like, who brought this here? Like, how did this get here? I mean, I was messaging people from the wedding being like, did you find a diaper bag and come put it on my parents' back porch?
And, like, beat me to my house?
It was the weirdest thing. But, like, I was with a guy who's, like, an atheist, doesn't believe in anything like this. And he just, like, lost it. He was just like, nope.
For real, though. Like, the fucking with the kids stuff is not cool.
Right?
Not cool.
And Adelaide's had some weird energy surrounding him. He, when he was like 3 or 4, we were driving down the road, and he was saying something about lights. He kept seeing a light. And I jokingly said, and I never talked to him about this kind of thing, but I just jokingly said, what are you seeing, a UFO or something? And he's quiet for a second, and then he goes, a UFO took me up. And I'm like, what? And I, like, pull the car over, and I turn around, and I'm like, what'd you say? He said, a UFO took me up. And I was like, what happened? What did they do? And he was like, they put me back in my bed.
No.
And I was like, were they nice to you? And he was like, they don't talk. They don't use their hands. They put me back in my bed.
Are you joshing me?
I'm not kidding. This is like a 4-year-old who has no concept of aliens and UFOs.
Right.
Telling me this. And I was just like, dude, what? And so then anytime I would ask him about it after that, he would shut down. I don't want to talk about that.
And would just, like, not answer the questions. That is crazy.
And now he just doesn't remember. Like, you know, he's old enough now that I'm like, you know, you told me this.
Do you remember that one time?
And he's like, I don't know. I guess it was just a dream. I don't know. I'm like, dude, that is weird. Because I'd seen a UFO in that house. I saw this, like, I was looking up and there was this really bright star. And I was like, is that thing moving? And I could see the tree line. And I'm like, oh, it's moving closer to the tree line really slowly. And then all of a sudden it just crossed the sky. And I was like, oh.
Oh, that's something that really interests me too.
There's a lot of theories about that being like angels or demons, UFOs. But we lived across the street from the Eternal Witness television network, the Catholic TV network. Okay. So there's like all these huge satellites and stuff. And yeah, see this like weird UFO thing in the sky. I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah, ancient aliens type shit. Yeah. That's crazy though.
Yeah, it freaked me out for a long time. And I would try and get him to talk about it. Like one time I got him to talk about it. I had him like watching a cartoon and eating. And I'm just kind of like, hey, you remember that time? And he's like casually talking to me. And he said they took me to Abana.
A what?
Abana. And I was like, what is Abana? There is a place in Alabama called Abana, which I recently found out. So I don't know if aliens
have any correlation.
They hang
Maybe
out
they're
over
from there. Yeah. Maybe that's the base. I don't know. That's so interesting to me. Yeah, there's weird. So many. Apparently they're in the ocean. They're not in the sky. Right. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We need to check maybe ask him about that. Oh, that photo that I showed you, I'll have to insert it. I was like searching our group chat for a keyword ghost, and in our stairwell, like coming up, we have a lot of just old religious Irish photos and stuff. So this one looked like she looks Catholic, kind of cloaked or whatever, but had fallen, but it was just sitting on the ledge and prop at an angle where it was like clearly propped. It didn't look like it just fell down and slid straight down the wall and balanced.
It was placed.
Also, it would have probably just fallen onto the stairs. No,
And
it was very
shattered.
carefully placed. But things like that all the time. Our pictures will move and stuff like that. Yeah, we sage. We definitely we sage through the pub. I don't know if that works.
Pray the
but
rosary. I don't
we
know.
try. We try. There was also a message from one of our MODs, and he like sent in was like, the ghost was active tonight while closing up, because that happens pretty often where it'll be a closing MOD where they know they've locked up. They know either one other person is here and they're down in the couch area, like waiting on them, sitting on their phone, or like down, they know where they are, right? And they're in the office and we're armed in there, luckily. And they'll hear.
Ghosts don't do well with bullets, though.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You immediately go to an intruder. That's, that's what that is. And they do a full walkthrough of like, oh, is someone fucking in here trying to rob or whatever? Because it sounds like the creaking or footsteps through this pretty distinctive sounding floor.
Yeah.
And it's a full sweep with nobody moving around, man.
Creepy.
Weird.
I think something that always gave me comfort, and like one of the reasons I came back to Christianity, was because I had heard all these stories of people encountering demonic activity or like astral projecting and encountering these, crazy creatures and stuff. And they would get so scared and call on Jesus, who they don't even believe in, and they would flee.
Yeah.
It's like, at the name of Jesus Christ, these things just can't deal. So if you're encountering these things, call on Jesus.
Maybe pray out a little bit more. Yeah, I don't
he's
know.
Your homeboy.
Sounds like maybe I'm a little projected. Okay.
Covered by the blood, baby.
Oh my gosh. So you talked about briefly spending some time here.
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced anything weird upstairs or have any fun stories to share?
I don't think I've experienced anything here. Just hanging out with, all the locals. Just drinking a lot here, which I don't do anymore. Thankfully.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
No pun intended.
My old self.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I have any spooky stories from the pub.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
We scared you away in other ways.
There's lots of spirits, but
yeah, no, the other type of spirits. Yeah. Mhm.
Which that's an interesting thing too, is like they're called spirits, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I truly believe that when you black out, you open yourself up. So they're called spirits. And the word alcohol comes from, it's like an Arabic word, al-ghul, which is like the monster.
Oh.
And so when you drink enough that you lose control, I think it opens space for these negative entities to take over.
Yeah.
And that's why people act like monsters when they black out.
That's such a true statement. Yeah.
They do things and act in ways that they would never do.
And they
normally.
literally say that too.
Yeah, they wake up the next day and they're like, what happened? That I would never do that. No, I didn't say that. I would never say that. It's like, no, you did. We had a guy turn into a monster at the hotel one time, and the fun thing about being at a hotel is not only are you like cutting someone off, but if they keep it up, you have to kick them out of the hotel. And so we had to do that one night because this guy just got belligerent. I mean, he was the kindest dude. And then, 4 drinks later, whatever it was, he's just yelling at people at the bar. He's cussing people up and down. And so we had to call the police and get this dude escorted off the property. And I had to like go up to his room with him with the police. And he just turns to me in the elevator and he just starts cussing me up and down. And he was saying something like, "You're the reason Trump's in office."
What?
So he was from Canada. And so he just thought everyone from the South was like, MAGA, awful, blah.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, luckily the cop stepped in front of him in between us, and I was like, "Thank you, officer."
You're the reason.
Yeah, I'm the reason Trump's in office. Dude, what? You don't even know me. But yeah, people just turn into demons.
Yeah. I've definitely read a little bit about like the spirits and
Yeah.
just the language behind it and symbolism. I had
Yeah.
another point and I forgot because the Donald Trump thing threw me off.
You're the reason Trump's in office. Dude, what? I don't even vote, bro.
Gosh. Yeah, no kidding. Jeez. If you could photograph one haunted moment, what would you hope to capture?
Ooh. I mean, I would love to capture something levitating or just a
Yeah.
figure. I mean, I could probably go back through all my photos and find something if I looked hard enough.
Probably.
Probably. Because, yeah, a lot of these places, people report crazy activity. So I'm sure there's something.
And you're not a skeptic.
Not a skeptic. I mean, I don't just automatically say, oh, it's a ghost. I'm pretty like discerning, I guess. I try to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's definitely something. I think it's silly to believe that everything is just physical.
I
Like,
agree.
What? There's clearly more going on. You can look at other animals that can see spectrums that we can't, you know? It's like clearly there's things you can't see going on.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean necessarily that it's like a Casper floating around, but something's going on and we don't
There are
understand
so many
it.
things that we know to be true that aren't necessarily tangible. So
Right.
it does trip me out when people are like very firm on being
Yeah,
a skeptic to it.
absolutely nothing else. Like, all right, dude.
Okay.
You gotta have a bad habit.
Mm.
I picked up a can of Zen and Jordan was like, really? I'm like, I have to have something.
It's true. I mean, like, God, everyone has a vice.
I
It's
can't
just
be
hard not
too
to.
good.
Yeah. You're not a saint.
I'm not a saint.
We ain't never said that.
That would be a lie.
Well, we didn't talk too much on like the true service industry. I feel like we really honed in on the spooky. But do you have anything that you want to throw in, just like while you're here, about the industry as a whole? Or?
Let's see. When I worked at Lady Bird, one time we had this woman. She was having a little too much fun, and she had gotten up on one of the tables. We had like picnic tables.
Mm-hmm.
She had stood up on one of the tables and was dancing, and she had done this twice. And we had told her, like, you do that again, you're out of here.
You're done.
And we told her handler the same thing. The older gentleman who just looked like he was not in a good position to be handling her. He's just like, I'm sorry, I don't know. But anyway, she does it again. We kick her out, tell her she needs to leave. And Lady Bird has this big L-shaped bar. It's like a 30-seat bar, and the end of it is an L. Well, she comes, climbs on top of that end of the bar and runs the entire length of the bar, kicking people's food and drinks
Full
everywhere.
service. Just like,
Yeah, and then just jumps off at the end and dashes out the door. And we were like, that's an exit.
it is. And at
It's
least
one way
she's
to go.
gone.
Yeah, at least she's gone.
What do you like? Do you even, did y'all comp or were you just like, sorry about that?
I don't even remember. I think we were just glad she was gone. I'm sure that her handler paid for everything, but so annoying. One time, what's that guy's name? The guy from New Girl. Hold on, I've got his name written down. This is one of my famous people stories.
Ooh.
Let me pull up his name. Okay, Lamorne Morris. So he's Winston on New Girl.
Mm-hmm.
He came inside at my bar at Lady Bird, and he ordered the Carpaccio, which is like, it's like steak tartare,
Yeah.
like raw. It was a bad dish. It was only on the menu for like a week, and they're like, get this out of here. But he orders that, and he sits there, and he's eating it, and I come back around. I'm like, hey, man, how's your food? And he goes, so I have this nightmare. My worst nightmare is I wake up and I'm just free falling, right? Now my worst nightmare is I wake up, I'm free falling, and I'm eating this. This is terrible. So I was like, let me get that out of your way.
That's a funny way. I might have to copy that next time.
No, I was like so thankful that he was funny about
Yeah.
it instead of just being like, it's
This
terrible.
fucking sucks.
He like made me laugh. And then I'm like, cool, let me
Lessen
pop
the
that for
blow a little bit with the comedic relief.
you. Yeah.
What do you think is one thing bartending taught you that still shows up today? Maybe even in your talent.
Just how to deal with difficult people.
Yeah.
How to smile and wave and fake it till they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Because you see people at their worst bartending.
Definitely.
Those demons take over when
They
they
do.
black out, and you gotta learn to deal with it. So yeah, it taught me a lot about managing difficult people.
Mm-hmm.
Just in life in general. Like, we'll all the time be out, and like I can relate to almost anyone. I can talk to anyone. And Jordan, my wife, is like, she's very sweet and timid and quiet, and she's just like, I don't know how you do that. I'm like, I don't know. I learned
yeah.
at bartending, I guess.
Yep, absolutely. I'll fill the space for you, no worries.
Yeah. I can come up with something to talk about for sure.
Yeah. If ghosts are real, what do you think they're trying to tell us?
They seem trapped.
Yeah.
They seem like they don't want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So they're probably telling us, I don't know, get right with God.
Yeah.
Make it all the way to heaven.
Don't be like me.
You don't want to hang out here for this long, I promise.
No. Where can people find your photography? Let us hear it.
I'm Matthan Brown Photography on Instagram and Facebook. MatthanBrownPhoto.com. I'm on TikTok now.
Hey.
So look me up. I'm trying to do the TikTok. I'm dancing for the algorithm and I hate it. But I'm trying.
Yeah,
So
it's tough out here.
like, follow, comment, subscribe.
Absolutely. Please do it. Hit your boy up. Fire photographer. We've used him for several milestones and we'll continue.
Yeah,
I
Shotgun's
love it.
wedding.
Hey.
I'm about to have some TikToks of our engagement shoot, not the wedding.
No, they
I
were
wish
beautiful.
we would have gotten somebody shooting in the rain
I know.
with us.
No, I literally, thinking back, it was just you, me, and Matthan outside.
Yeah, it was pouring.
And Jordan, she was
She
behind
was holding the
you.
umbrella
Yeah, she was behind
over
you.
me and not over herself because she is an angel.
She didn't have a fourth arm to hold a phone, and
No.
if she would,
She would have.
she would have. If she could have, she would have.
Find you a Jordan.
Find you a Jordan.
In this world of Jezebels, find you a Jordan.
Or a Matthan.
Or a Matthan.
But not that one or
Not
the
this
other one.
You can't find another Matthan as cool
Nah.
as Matthan with one T or Matthan with two T's.
Well, Matthan. Matthan.
Woo.
Matthan. Mathan.
Not Mathan. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I cannot stand that one.
I'm sure your Matthan gets that a lot with one T.
I hate it.
It's
Oh my
almost
God, I
Nathan.
hate
It's
it.
just Nathan with an M, so I could see why people would.
It's not. That's such an ugly name. Sorry.
Sorry, Nate.
No, Mathan is a terror. Like if
Yeah.
you pronounce it like that.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And Nate.
That would be done. Did you know that Matthan is biblical and it's Jesus' great grandfather?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He told my grandmother that one time, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. Now,
Which
Jesus is the Son
spelling?
of God, so don't know why we give Joseph's lineage, but it's in there.
It's in there.
So, Matthan.
Grandfather has entered the chat.
Yeah,
Thank you for joining us on Dry Storage Confessionals.
absolutely. This
I
was fun.
hope y'all enjoyed this one. We can always do another one if you want to hone in on some controversial bartending takes. But
Yeah.
we're getting spooky, and I'm going to reach out to Coffee Shop.
You should.
That would be sick because
He's
he's got
awesome.
so many stories.
I love that guy.
Whether you're chasing spirits in bottles, let's hope not in this sake, or in the shadows, it's all part of the same story. And, I think it's crazy. I think it's worth listening to, whether you believe it or not. People are experiencing it, and like people go right to like, oh, they're just like saying it for the clout. But I don't know, when you personally have that story, it takes a lot more courage to like talk about something like that. Cause
Yeah, you don't just want to wake up one day and be like, I'm going to make everybody think I'm crazy.
yeah,
I'm schizophrenic, aren't I?
right, exactly. So Anyways, a little food for thought. Until next time, you guys, you know the drill. Keep your pants clean and keep your drinks strong. Keep your confessions ready. We'll see you next time, you guys. Thank you.
So, is there anything else I can get you folks this evening?
I fucked it up.
I love it.